Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Bellefleur Tire Shop Grand Falls Rapids pregame show. It's the dawn of a new season, which means, yeah, hockey's back. And I've been waiting to say that for months. I've been sitting in the same position. I have not left the arena. Okay, maybe I have. But I've been itching to get back into the building, as I'm sure many of you are. And this is going to be a very exciting season. We've seen the preseason come and gone. Training camp has come and gone. And the big day is officially here. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great honor and great pleasure that I announce today the Grand Falls Greenfoot Rapids are officially back in action. The Amherst Ramblers are here tonight to face off against the Rapids here at home at the E&P Seneschal Center. This is going to be a very, very big game, not just for the team, but for the fans as well, witnessing the new era that is this Grand Falls Greenfoot Rapids team. So we, over the course of the summer, got a little bit of a chance to look at the draft and what the new jerseys look like. We got Jonah Leard, our captain, to help us unveil what those jerseys look like. You're going to see those in action tonight. It's going to be very exciting. So many new changes, from the team just getting much bigger, much stronger, much faster, to a brand new logo, brand new jerseys, brand new broadcast crew, which I'm going to talk about in just a moment as well. And there's just so much to be excited about here. So I'm trying to contain my enthusiasm for how happy I am being back at the rink right now, as I'm sure a lot of you will be tonight as well. For those who are not joining us, it's going to be a heck of a matchup here. Starting lineups should be in very shortly, but this is a game where both teams want to get those early points on the board. We're going to give you a little bit of a look at the early, I would say way too early, season race has gone so far. The Campbellton Tigers already having a leg up on the Rapids, winning last night. They were down 2-0, ended up coming back and winning the game 4-2, and earned those 2 points. Now, with that said, yes, it's good to get that early start to the season and get those points on the board, but it's not everything. This first couple of games is going to be really gelling and see how this team is going to work together and gel together. We've seen that in the preseason games a couple of times that, they've really started to work, and there are some lines that are really starting to click. But this is going to be the real test, is the first couple of games, ironing out those growing pains and really making sure that you're buying in, right? And you're all into what is to come. So with that said, this Rapids team, I mentioned that it was much different. They got a lot bigger on the back end. You got guys who are over 6 foot on the defense. You got 2 solid goaltenders in Adam LaCour and Jeremy Thibodeau-Soucy, who have been fantastic, stellar through the course of the preseason and through training camp. You got a lot of really good goal-scoring help as well. It's going to be very exciting, and I'm looking forward to seeing how these guys are going to put on the show. But it all comes down to, again, how well can you gel? I'm going to make that into a song by the end of the season. It's going to be very fun. No, but you look at the amount of talent that this team has brought in over the course of the offseason. This will be, I think, without a doubt, and we say this every single year, but I will confidently say this could be the best team that we have ever seen on this ice. So I mentioned a bunch of new changes. Obviously, a lot of new roster players. You're going to see a lot of new faces this season that you're going to have to learn. But there are some returning veterans as well. So you'll recognize names like Nathan Plemondal-Michaud, Braden Campbell, Jack Brown, Reed Calder, who was the 3rd overall pick in 2022. Right? Anton Topolnitsky, he's another one who's going to be a returning player. So there's still a really good core of players who are going to be back for this squad, and it's going to be super exciting to see them in action as well. But you have a lot of the rookies that are coming in, right? Like a lot of players who, like Luke Marnell, for example, Tristan Richard, Carter Bellamy, who's coming in, guys like Declan Kennedy, who were a really huge dynamic piece in training camp and are really going to come in and do some damage here. So roster is done. New logos are done. This team is ready to rock and roll. And you aren't quite done with the changes yet, because there are so many other things that this organization has done over the course of the summer to make this team and these games more fun at home. And one of those things is you may notice a little bit of a change in the broadcast booth upstairs. So for those of you who have not heard already, I will no longer be doing the in-game announcing, and I'm going to be taking over on play-by-play up in Flow Sports for the booth upstairs. So it's going to be a very, very exciting time for a lot of us. I know that Devin was huge. It was a huge entertainer up there and did a lot of really great work up in the broadcast booth doing play-by-play. So I'm going to do my best to just make sure that I'm as entertaining as he is. But, you know, it's just such an exciting time for not just the fans, but for the players as well. Everybody's excited. Everybody that I've talked to over the past couple of weeks is just so hyped that the season's back and cannot wait to see these guys play on the ice. There's so many things, and I mean so many things, that you could say that just would not do it justice. Like I said, the starting lineups are going to be in very shortly. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get them in before the game begins, but we will be here for the post game as well. It's going to be a good post game, I think. So we talked about the new changes that are happening. We talked about some of the new players that came in. We talked about the returning vets, but we didn't talk about the Amherst Ramblers. And this is a team, again, that is looking to do some damage and put some miles on the South Division. Make sure that they are getting into those early spots early in the season, because, again, like I mentioned, you want to get that leg up. It's not everything, but you want to get that leg up, especially with those teams that are capitalizing on the early wins. While everybody else is ironing out the growing pains, those teams who have those returning players, or, for example, who are rookies getting going, you obviously want to make sure that everything is good to go and set and ready so that you have the advantage going into these games. Now, with that said, this matchup is going to be pretty intense because you got guys who we are used to seeing already. Bailey Shortall, who we saw with the West End Steamers last year. Jack Oblinus, who we're used to seeing with the Amherst Ramblers as well. And, of course, how could you forget Mark Corbett, who was newly named their captain not so long ago last season. We'll continue that on through this season. Now, the question is going to be, how can you shut down guys like Oblinus, Corbett, and potentially Shortall, who are power play specialists? Well, because this team has really bulked up on the back end and have gotten a lot bigger in terms of size, yeah, I don't think you're going to need to worry about that. You have a lot of great penalty killers on this team as well. Your key to the game for this, or your keys to the game, are going to be very simple. First off, go out there, have fun, play your game, and start to build that chemistry. So that's your key number one. Key number two, solid goaltending. Help out your goaltenders, whether that's going to be Thibodeau, Soucy, or Lacour, who's starting tonight. And three, do not let them score on the power play. We talked about this time and time again last season. It's not going to help you getting those power play goals scored against you. They had a decent penalty kill towards the end of the season, but that's what you want to start out with strong in the early stages here, is starting off that penalty kill on the right foot, making sure that your special teams are good. You saw them struggle a lot on the power play during the preseason, but that obviously will take some time as this team gels together. But nonetheless, this is going to be a very exciting season. I'm really looking forward to what this team can bring and how many people are going to show up to the game tonight. Don't forget as well, it's not just tonight. This is opening weekend, right? The opening weekend festivities are ready to go, and things are kicking off into high gear. Starts tonight with the Amherst Ramblers visiting us at home, and then it is a heavy division rival showdown Sunday. Kicks off the tailgate party starting at 10 a.m. sharp. You need to be there. It's going to be a very, very fun event. Right before the game, you get to enjoy the company of the other fans, as well as just build up that hype, build up that excitement for the game coming up against the Edmonton Blizzard. It's always a fun time when two division rivals show down. Tonight's no exception. The interdivision rivalry games are always ones to watch, especially when it comes to the Nova Scotia teams. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to head right up to the booth. I will see you for the call in the booth coming up. And then I will see you right back here for the Bellefleur Tire Shop Grand Falls Greenfoot Rapids post-game show. That's going to take a little bit of time to get used to. But ironing out all the kinks, this is what the early season stages are for. Very excited. Looking forward to seeing you all very, very soon. And we will see you back here for the post game.